So Pastor Jamal Bryant is saying, look, don't give your tithes, don't give your offerings, all right, until this food stamp thing is finished, all right, until things are right. I want you to give food instead. Check this out.
We are hearing from Metro Atlanta pastor who just asked his congregation to put the needs of others ahead of the church right now. During his sermon on Sunday, New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, Pastor Jamal Bryant told his members, don't give money to the church, but to instead help those who may lose their SNAP benefits. SNAP recipients won't receive benefits as of November 1st if the shutdown continues. Sunday was supposed to be a day for the Stonecrest Church to raise $1 million, but Pastor Bryant says he is putting that campaign on hold until the government shutdown is over. Instead, he is encouraging members of his congregation to instead do things like bringing in canned food.
Congregation is supposed to be sensitive to the needs of the community, knowing that people are literally just trying to keep their head above water. So we're opening up our arms and opening up our hearts at the same time.
Every other Sunday, you may be familiar with this, Pastor Bryant says the church gives away groceries to about 1,500 people. This weekend, he is expecting an even greater demand and planning to serve around 2,000 people. We are hearing from Metro Atlanta.
Now, that's great to see that. I mean, that's what the church is really for. A lot of people don't understand this, that in the Bible times, when the church really began, which is around a little under 2,000 years ago, okay, when the church actually began after Jesus rose from the dead, all right, and he began the church, okay, the church was actually self-sufficient. The Bible tells us that. It says that there is no, it says in the book of Acts, it says, quote, there is no poor among them, okay? Because when people were down and out, they actually had like a system to help people out, like a relief system. Okay, like they call what we call welfare today. It used to be called relief. Okay, now they call welfare, and it was called relief because after certain wars that we had and things like that, so on and so forth, they had relief. It was like relief to help people. Excuse me, y'all, who were coming out of situations where the economy messed up, so on and so forth. Okay. So they had that even in Bible times. Okay, people would come and sell lands. The Bible explains in the book of Acts. They would do all kind of things to help people that were in need. Okay, so with Jamal Bryant, no matter what you may think about this man, okay, and he's done things that I would say I cannot defend. He's done things that I think he should have had done. Though I will say we all have done things we shouldn't have done. All right, but for him to sit here and do this is a great thing. And there's so much news coming out all the time about, this pastor did this bad, and that pastor has done that bad. And I even reported on Marvel Winans recently, okay? And because, of course, it's our job to judge, as the Bible says, judges should begin at the household of God, okay? So I do have to speak on those things, okay? Even though I'm not his judge, but to judge what he was doing and say, look, this is wrong. As Christians, this is wrong, okay? But if we're going to do that, we also should stand up and say, look, let's judge those that are doing righteously, and put them on blast, just like we put the people that do evil on blast. Okay, so in this case, what this man is doing is great. I mean, I think it's astonishing, and it's definitely worthy, being talked about. And doing things like this is worth us praising. Okay, these people for. Okay, saying, look, y'all. Okay, that's what's up. All right, give them their props. All right, so let's hit this story real quick. This is more about basically the benefits possibly being cut off. I personally don't know if they're going to go through with this and let welfare lapse, but I do believe that eventually this is going to happen. If it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen eventually, okay? Because I believe it's in the mind of the Trump administration and these people to allow these things to happen, because Trump, as I've said before in this channel, he is the chaos president, all right? And in their mind, they want to build a new America, okay, from the rubble of the old America, all right? In every nation, there's always bound to come a person who looks at the government and says, you know what? Let's get rid of all of this. Okay. There's always bound to be a person that's going to come that could be that will be elected that would say that. And Donald Trump is that man. All right. And every day you turn around, there's more and more people saying they didn't expect Donald Trump to do this. They didn't expect Donald Trump to do that. And I'm like, didn't he show you that? Even right now, there's rhetoric going around even more than ever before. And his former right-hand man, Steve Bannon, has been coming out saying, yeah, Trump is going to run for a third term. And y'all need to be prepared for that, okay?
clock is ticking for millions of Georgians who rely on SNAP benefits. The USDA says it will stop issuing food assistance on November 1st if the government shutdown continues. And some lawmakers are proposing plans to fill gaps for those who rely on those benefits. Ariana Manise is live from the newsroom this morning. So, Ariana, we know these are lifeline benefits for so many families. What are local lawmakers hoping to do to keep the food on the table?
That's right, Jonathan. Local lawmakers are formulating plans to assist families as roughly 1.4 million Georgians are at risk of losing food assistance this week. Fulton County Commission Chairman Rob Pitts is proposing up to $1 million in emergency funds. Chairman Pitts is asking the board to approve the plan to move local funds to feed residents impacted by the shutdown. Pitts is asking the city manager to come up with up to $700,000 to $1 million in emergency funding. $500,000 will go to the county's community services program, which partners with 9 nonprofits to fight food insecurity. Another $150,000 would support the winter farmers market, senior center nutrition programs, and home delivered meals.
Now, you guys may see this and say, well, there are some people that are going to say, well, I'm not on welfare, or they'll say, I'm not on welfare myself, okay? People will say, well, look, at the end of the day, y'all got to get jobs, and, all this isn't as serious as it seems. No, it is that serious, okay? I know a woman right now. I just spoke to her the other day. She's older. Okay. She's a teacher. She does a lot of stuff to help people and help the youth in here in the city of Philadelphia. And this woman literally told me that she gets most of her food from the food bank. All right. She's one of my clients. And she was like, I get most of my food from the food bank. And she was saying how, she was telling me the other day how she was trying to get a certain item. I forget what it was. And she was like, I'm having to save up a whole month just to be able to get that one thing. So people are struggling. That's why I said that people are definitely struggling out here. It's not just people that are trying to abuse the welfare system or people that are trying to go in Walmart and fill 8 carts up with stuff. Not everybody is doing. Not everybody is in that mindset. Not everybody is and people that do a lot of times that's all they can do. You understand what I'm saying? So let's not jump to scrutinize people that are on welfare at the end of the day if you're not on it. That's what I'm trying to say here.
The remaining $50,000 would expand food distribution through the county's Fulton Fresh program. We spoke to a mother who says that this would really help her to be able to continue to feed her family.
It gives me the comfort of knowing that they won't go to sleep hungry and that they won't be hungry all day. Is very much needed, as well as single mother of 4 that has to work and utilize my funds to pay for childcare, extracurricular activities. It will make sure that I know my kids have a healthy meal.
And we're really seeing food banks try to step.
Well, you see it right there. A great explanation. She's working. It's not like she's not working. And now, food stamps, they want you to a lot of it. How they change that now, they want you to work. Okay. They want you to be or looking for a job. They want you to provide proof that you're looking for a job. If you're not, so you can't just. So what I'm saying is basically the program has changed for sure. Okay, so you look at it. She's working, but look at the cost of living. She has 4 children. You may say, well, she should stay with her man. Who knows what happened with her man? He could have died. He could be in prison. Anything can happen. He can be falsely accused. Anything can happen to the husband. Okay, but at the end of the day, she has these children she's raising. All right. And she does need to be able to put food in their mouth, and she needs help because she's working a job. And you have to understand nowadays jobs are paying less than ever before when it comes to the cost of living. The gap between how much you're making and how much it costs to live the gap is bigger than ever before. Okay, and a lot of us notice. Some of us may not notice that. Okay, the more children you have, the harder it can be. If they cut your food stamps off, you understand where are you going to stand at? You can be in a very hard position. And as I said in my other video, people are now they're being used as a political football by, I wouldn't even just say the Trump administration. I believe it's by many people in government, even outside of his administration. Okay, I would just say by many politicians. Okay, of course it's the Trump administration, but there's many politicians that really just don't care. I really they just don't care. And this is only the beginning. It's only the beginning. It's the last days, y'all. So thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button, hit the share button. This video be seen. Till next time, for everyone to subscribe or my new subscribers, thank you for watching. Till next time, if you have a suggestion about a video you want me to make, put it in the comments. Till next time, God bless, peace.